I didn't record that last bit, so I've got to jump. And remember what happens in the room stays in the room. Cool, go guys.
Okay. So fear is a human emotion triggered by threat. Could be contextual or cultural or physical threat, like a big guy coming towards you, pointing a gun at you, something like that. Or could be emotional threat, or could be unconsciously something being told, like something has told long time before that you unconsciously remember that it is threatening or something, physical threat. And you could experience fear in the first time experience, like for example skydiving or something similar that you never experienced before.
How fear works. Fear prepares us to react to danger. Once we sense a potential danger, our body releases hormones that slow or shut down functions not needed for survival, such as our digestive system. And it also sharpens functions that might help us survive, such as our eyesight. Our heart rate increases and blood flows to the muscles so we can run faster. Our body also increases the flow of hormones to an area in the brain known as the amygdala to help us focus on the presenting danger and store it in our memory, creating a fear pathway. It can also be a genetic imprint from traumatic experiences which carries through at least 2 generations. Baby mice and even 3rd generation baby mice can inherit a fearful association of a certain smell with pain, even if they have not experienced the pain themselves.
So as a real life example, for me personally, it's like a loss of autonomy being controlled by circumstance, the experience of anxiety, the fear of losing my girls. So I noticed getting anxious all of a sudden. It started when my girls moved away from the family home. I didn't believe I feared anything. I've always been a bit of an adrenaline junkie, so you name it, skydiving, fast bikes, cars. I've got my pilot's license, I've done aerobatics, you name it, I've basically done it. Hurt myself a lot along the way too. So one day I actually hurting myself. I was out water skiing, broke my pelvis, and I had to do an MRI scan, and I went into the machine, and I couldn't last more than 5 minutes in there. I kept looking up out of the machine, trying to focus on something out of the machine, and I'm thinking, what's going on? Like, I've done confined space entry, I've been in tight spots, tunnels, roof spaces, and never felt anything like that before. It was just a feeling of being trapped, and I couldn't work it out. But it was strange that it come back to what I've worked out. It's the fear of the possibly losing the girls. They're so young and impressionable, moved away into the home of another man with a mother that's quite influential over her other kids that I've noticed. So I put it down to it was basically me creating, like even when I drive them back home, I'd get anxious. So it would it'd be just of an unknown event that hasn't happened yet. I needed to choose to accept that. That hadn't happened yet. It got to the point where I'd be physically sick after I dropped them off, drive up the street, be ill. I needed to choose to accept it and just let it go. And now the anxiety and fear of that particular notion is totally gone. Like, I'm more than happy to leave them, and I know that they're going to be there when I get back. So I had to make changes so I didn't hurt the ones that I was most fearful of losing.
And I'll leave you with the consequences of fear. Fear can literally kill us. Researchers are now convinced that there is some truth in the old saying, "I was scared to death." In some cases, the body's own fight or flight response to danger appears to backfire and stop the heart completely. It may also trigger fatal heart attacks.
Good job.